say remix.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. We're back. A little bit of a break and we're back for another game. Yes, I'm still just trying to settle, just trying to calm down, chill out a little bit after that Japan versus Croatia. Extra time and penalties. The Japanese penalties were terrible. Croatia is through to the quarterfinals and now they're looking at this game. Brazil versus South Korea, because whoever wins this one will face off against Croatia in the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Oh, it's getting a little bit tasty, isn't it? Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Jania says, best intro. It really is. Shout out Josh, because he's a genius. He's a genius in what he does. Shout out to Josh. Riri says, Viva Brazil. Yes, smash a like on the like button as you make your way in. Be sure to subscribe, as always, bottom right-hand corner. Before we get into the game, before we get into the team lineup, we've got to get in and have a shout-out, of course, because this stream is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid. Fresh Ego FC will be, for the third year, facilitating their annual Community Giveback for Campaign for Change to provide an essential hamper and gifts to families from low-income, vulnerable, and at-risk families. This year, Fresh Ego FC is partnering with Anthony Joshua's charity Clean Herts Community. This year, especially with global inflation and fuel poverty, those families, along with other families, will struggle to provide the basics this Christmas. Last year, through donations, Fresh Ego FC was able to give back to 120 families. This year, they expect to be supporting more than 350 families. Again, as always, guys, a really well-worthy cause, and a cause that is really going to be so important as we get into this Christmas and holiday period. And to give a bit more information, as always, here is a message from AJ himself.
People, I hope you're good. So the festive period is fast approaching, and what I've come to realise is that a lot of people are actually unsure on how to kind of connect with communities and give back. So what I've done is my organisation has teamed up with another organisation to do some projects where we're going to be doing community work and spending time in communities and doing some give back projects, right? So we want to raise some funds, we want to get some items, because it's going to be rolled out across the whole year as well. This ain't just a one-stop shop. So if you want to get involved, follow the link, follow the Instagram page, the social pages for more info, and your help will be appreciated. We'll be there, I'll be there. It'll be a big community day. Don't worry about that, Leaf. And yeah, we appreciate your support fully, yeah? God bless, be safe, and I'll catch up with you all soon.
Words from AJ there, and as he said, if you do want to get involved, if you do want to donate, links in the video description, or if you just want to find out more information, all of the details in the video description. Again, as we enter this holiday Christmas period, it's such a well-worthy cause, especially with the global economic climate and fuel poverty is how it is. Let's get into this evening's game. Of course, it's Brazil, one of the favourites at this World Cup. But look, this has been a World Cup of shocks. We haven't really seen any shocks so far in the knockout stage of the World Cup. We've seen pretty much every single game go with the favourites. We've seen all the favourites go through. It must be said, though, it set up some really interesting and exciting quarter-final games. Of course, we've got 3 games left in the last 16. Let's go through the results so far of the round of 16. As I mentioned, all of the favourites seemingly have gone through. The Netherlands defeated the United States of America. Argentina bested Australia. France beat Poland. England, of course, defeated Senegal. Japan went out to Croatia. Croatia defeating them on penalties. We now have Brazil versus South Korea, as I mentioned, this evening. Tomorrow we have Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland. I will be live, as always, for every single game. So I'll be live for Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland, as well as this game this evening too. Let me know your predictions and where you're watching from in the live chat too. We'll get your comments up on the screen. But let's get into team news. Let's get into team news first and talk about Brazil, who play seemingly with a 4-2-3-1 formation. The big team news is that, yes, Neymar, who suffered that foot injury, ankle injury during the group stage, missed the last 2 games in the group stage with that injury, is back. He starts for Brazil tonight. So the team is as follows. In goal, number 1, it's Alisson. Then you've got a back 4 of Militao, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva and Danilo. In front of them, you've got Manchester United's Casemiro. Big game Miro starts. Alongside him is Lucas Paqueta. In front of them is Rafinha, Vinicius, and then Neymar Jr. indeed does play the number 10 for Brazil. Up front, you've got Richarlison, who scored that fantastic goal in Brazil's opening game too. When it comes to South Korea, I don't know if you've seen the clip of the Italian commentary announcing their team, but you have a goalkeeper of Kim, a back four of Kim, and Kim. Then you've got Jung, Hwang, Son, Lee, Hwang, and Cho. Of course, Heung-min Song is the key talismanic figure for them. And of course, as I mentioned, there is going to be a lot of Kims on the commentary today. But hope you enjoyed the commentary. Hope you enjoy the game. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And look, anything's possible. Of course, Brazil, they're going to be the massive favourites. They're going to be the team that everyone expects to win. And we're expecting a performance. But as I mentioned, when it comes to South Korea, it's upon them to frustrate Brazil, get behind the ball, hopefully be clinical on the counter-attack. And anything certainly is possible. Let's get the poll going as always. Let's ask the question, who is going to advance to the quarterfinal? I'm on caps lock, who will advance to the quarter, if I could spell, quarter final? And it'll be Brazil or South Korea. The poll last time, I think it had over something crazy like 2,500 votes. So there you go. Polls in the chat. Of course, Heung-min Song is wearing his mask. The players are in the tunnel. Militao there, also known as Cecil G. Looks exactly like him. Go and check out. Cecil looks exactly like Militao. It's crazy. It really is. It's insane. Shout out Cecil. He's been jet-setting all over the place for the World Cup. He's been in the United States. He's been in Mexico. I don't even know where he is at the moment. He's been a proper jet set. I saw a picture of him. He was there with Edu. Who's the owner? I forget the owner of Arsenal. They own the Denver Nuggets as well. It'll come to me in a second. Kroenke, Stan Kroenke. He was there with the Kroenkes. He's gone legit, old Cecil. But I can't lie. I'm not sure. I really expect a big upset here, but anything is possible, certainly. Red Baron says, want Brazil to win for Fred, Casemiro, Anthony. Well, there's a lot of Manchester United representation in the Brazil squad, as Red Baron mentions there. Joel Matthews says, Owen out here grinding again. Big ups from your boy in San Diego, California. Sunny San Diego. Thanks for everything you guys do. United U crew. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Thank you for watching. You don't have to thank me. I'll always be here. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I hope I can provide some company throughout this World Cup as the players enter the cauldron that is the stadium there in Qatar. As I mentioned, Neymar is part of the Brazil squad, so that's certainly the big story heading into this game. Of course, shout out to Pele as well, who's fighting his own battle with illness in the hospital in Sao Paulo. He had entered palliative care, but also released a statement saying he's a fighter, which of course he is. So thoughts and prayers go out to Pele, his family, his friends, and his fans, and his loved ones. As the national anthems are just about to play, Brazil first with the national anthem. Thiago Silva still representing at the highest level possible despite his age. What a player. And what a stark contrast to where they were in 2014. And they got absolutely smashed by Germany. But Neymar is there. Hand on the hearts as they prepare to sing their national anthem. Rafinha, intense look. Vinicius winks to the camera. I didn't realise, by the way, shout out to Richarlison. I know he's a bit one of those players that everyone loves to hate and all that kind of stuff. But you kind of, Casemiro, look at him closing his eyes. Passion! Big game Miro. The thing is with Richarlison is the amount of charity work he gives away. I think it's like 15% of his salary to underprivileged people in Brazil. And he's built hospitals and schools. His charity work's absolutely incredible. And his story, frankly, is quite incredible. The guy really came from nothing. So for him to be, an instrumental figure, an important figure for Brazil at a World Cup is really testament to him. Even on the pitch, he's a right annoying player. But his quality, his goal, probably the best goal we've seen at the World Cup so far. Maybe the Mexico free kick. That was also a very good goal, wasn't it? But the question is, are we going to get the drama that we saw with Croatia versus Japan earlier on? Is Neymar going to put on a show? Is Neymar fully fit? That's a question too. A lot of Premier League involvement in that team, certainly is there. Thiago Silva, Alisson, Casemiro. And World Cup, look, Brazilian players are always judged by the World Cup. How many World Cups have you won? What did you do on the biggest stage possible? Going into this tournament, they said that this was the tournament of Neymar Jr. Well, we'll wait and see. The next national anthem is that of South Korea, Korea Republic. Could they do it? What an upset it would be. It'd be one of the biggest upsets, I think, in World Cup history. I know there have been a lot. I understand that. But I'm talking about this is knockout football. It's one thing to lose in the group stage to a smaller nation, a smaller team, a less dominant nation. But in the last 16, to knock Brazil out, that would be something else. Again, South Korea have won matches at this World Cup. But to knock Brazil, the mighty Brazil, out of the tournament would be something special. Could it happen? It'd be a big ask. As I mentioned, the winner of this match will face Croatia in the quarterfinals. We've got some really tasty quarterfinals lined up. Netherlands versus Argentina. Croatia versus the winners of this match. Of course, England versus France. And then a possible, depending on results, a possible quarterfinal that could be Spain versus Portugal. Or, depending on Morocco and Switzerland getting results too. We're 3 minutes away from kickoff though, guys. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I'm looking forward to this one. My appetite has well and truly been wet by the game earlier on. It's dangerous, isn't it? When they show food adverts just before the game. I've been caught with that many times. I'm not that hungry. You see that? I'm pretty hungry now. HPT says, I'm 5 from 5 in my predictions so far. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. Well, you know me. I believe in the jinx, so anything's possible. Maybe you just have. Takado says Brazil for the win. Tywin says, come on, South Korea. But a couple of minutes away from kickoff. It's the feeling before kickoff, isn't it? The feeling before that, those couple of minutes before, the anticipation before kickoff. World Cup, it's something special, isn't it? Stadium 974. Of course, it's made out of those storage containers as well. This is the last game for it in the tournament. This stadium as well. It's going to be taken apart and moved elsewhere. There's actually some temporary stadiums. Isn't that a crazy thought process? Isn't it? Happens with every tournament, though, isn't it? Not every stadium's going to be used afterwards. Happened a little bit with the Olympics here. Some stuff got taken apart. Paris says, Owen, did you see Flex's tweet about Goku? Well, the thing is, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z since I was a kid, so I don't know a ton about it. But I did know who at least Goku is. I responded to it. Flex knows what he's doing. When he talks about, Marvel or DC or anime or whatever, he knows what he's doing. He's smarter than he leads on. He knows just enough. Flex knows just enough about all that kind of stuff to annoy people. And that's what he does. He's the ultimate troll. Jurgen Fleck can rear his head at any point. Even from all the way out there in Qatar. He knows what he's on about. Tony says, Man United need to buy Kim Min-jae. You know what? He's a quality player. He really is. We used to get the super chats all the time talking about Kim Min-jae. And he's been excellent. The countdown's on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off. We're underway. South Korea with the kickoff. It's Brazil versus South Korea in the last 16 of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar to book a quarter-final place against Croatia. Here we go. Fires the ball up the pitch there. Josh laughing because he knows I'm right. He knows I'm right. That's what Flex does. He doesn't know a lot, legitimately. If you're a member, actually, if you're a member of the UV Members Club, you can go and watch a game of Star Wars Guess Who that I played with old Fleck. But he can, I tell you what, South Korea, they might have an opportunity here. Oh, he's offside. Come on, South Korea. Poll in the chat, 73% of you say that you think Brazil is going to defeat South Korea. And you're probably going to be right, to be honest with you. Here's Thiago Silva to Marquinhos, playing a 1-2. Expect Brazil to dominate possession and just dominate the game, frankly. But it's on the counter-attack. Casemiro scored big goals at this World Cup as well. Scored goals for United. Here's Vinicius. Just couldn't get a hold of that one. There's the coach, Paulo Bento, who of course went crazy. Yeah, he went absolutely crazy at the referee a couple of games ago. It led to him being suspended. He had to, he got a touchline ban against Portugal, didn't he? Josh cheering on Brazil. Josh has got a fascination with Brazil. It's because of R9. But it looks like Brazil is going to dominate possession. South Korea going to chase them down. Chris Day says, no Fred, no party. Look, we've got Casemiro in there representing Manchester United. Come on, Korea. Marquinhos with a long ball. Richarlison holds up the ball really well. Tried to give it to Neymar. Korea just about to deal with that. Good touch that by Kim. Long ball up the pitch. Here's Son. Good touch. Where's your support? Tries to take on Militao. It's Rafinha though. Comes back, helps out his fullback. And they deal with that fairly easily. Well, it looks like if Son's going to take on someone like a Militao during the game, it's going to be a little bit difficult because he's going to be doing it by himself. Here's Vinicius. Oh, Richarlison plays a 1-2 and Neymar. Oh, just about deal with it. Must be said, the atmosphere is absolutely tremendous inside the stadium. And it's a handball, so it's a free kick to Brazil. Was it a handball? Yeah, it was. Just flicks up and lands on his hand. Switch by Militao. Good touch on the chest by Vinicius. As you can, to be expected, the Brazil atmosphere is absolutely incredible. Same as it was for the Argentina atmosphere. Oh, it's a poor pass by Rafinha. Out for a goal kick. Heavy pass. He was trying to give it to Paqueta. Didn't really work out. West Ham's Lucas Paqueta, by the way. I bet they're happy with that. Given the some of the teams represented in this game via Brazil. Got Barcelona, PSG, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and West Ham. Don't want to talk about Spurs. Here's Heung-min Son. I was offside. Free kick to Brazil. I know who Goku is. He's from Dragon Ball Z, ain't he? I was a child once. You might not believe it. With these tired old eyes, but I was a child once. Here's Militao. It's a short pass. And South Korea have won it back. Is it Goku or Gorku? Pronunciation, Owen. Well, I clearly don't know the guy that well. He's the guy with the hair. Is it Goku or Gorku? Let's have a look. Yeah, I know it is. Goku. It's the guy with the orange thing on. With hair that's black, and then when he gets angry, it goes blonde. It's that fella. And he gets angry, gives it this. Oh, oh, oh. Long ball intercepted by Thiago Silva. Militao takes it down. One back. Oh, the referee's given offside again. Oh, how many offsides has that been in the first, 5 minutes? That's at least 3. 3 in 5 minutes. Brazil playing a high line, clearly. It is Militao again. South Korea definitely playing like a 4-4-2, it looks like. They're playing with seemingly 2 up front. They got 2 left backs out with an injury, Brazil. Alexandro and Alex Telles. Of course, still technically Manchester United to Alex Telles. Rumours that he might require surgery. Here's Rafinha. Oh, just skips past the player with ease. Casemiro, here comes Rafinha again. Touch ahead, he might deliver the ball in the box. It's Rafinha, cuts it back. Back post, it's Vinicius, he must score! He does score! It only took 7 minutes. Vinicius Jr. opens the scoring for Brazil, and it's just too easy. But Rafinha, oh my goodness, the feet, the pace, the skill. This is going to be a long 90 minutes for South Korea, because in terms of a start, it couldn't go much worse. Vinicius as well, he takes his time. He waits, and just places it into the net. Oh my goodness. And they're all celebrating. They're all jumping around in a huddle. Oh my. You know it's bad when they're dancing after 7 minutes. And they could be dancing their ways into the quarterfinal. They're dancing again. They're doing another dance. It's 2. It's an encore. Look at this. They did a huddle dance, and now they're doing what appears to be the Macarena. If you've got that kind of level of preparation coming into your celebration, you know you're going to win. Vinicius, look at this. Rafinha skips past the player. It's just too easy. Hwang, see you later. His career's over. And Rafinha just nicks ahead of him again. Cuts it back. Neymar misses it. And Vinicius, he just takes his time. There's like 3 South Korea players coming at him. And he still manages just to tuck it into the corner. Look at this touch. Oh, wait. Keeper plus 3 players. And he still manages to find the corner. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. Maybe the defender on the line should do a bit better. But still, that's magic. He's got the goalkeeper plus 3 South Korean players, and he still manages to find the corner. Brilliant. Wow. Magic from Rafinha, magic from Vinicius Jr. And that's it. Here comes Rafinha once again. I said, will there be an upset? Probably not. One thing I would say with that goal is, does every single South Korea player need to rush at Vinicius there? Because the keeper plus every single defender did as well. If anything, it made it quite easy for him. Red Baron with the super chat. You could say his career is over. Come on. Too easy. Like that pun work. Too easy. I appreciate it. But 9 minutes gone. It's 1-0 Brazil. Vinicius. Vinny. And it's a free kick to Brazil. Neymar's going to stand over it. Be sure to smash a like on the like button as well, guys. 5 away from 50. Let's get to 100 before halftime. You know us. We have our targets. 100 before halftime. 150 before the second half starts. And 200 by the end of the game. Come on. But Neymar and Rafinha are going to stand over this free kick. Goes short. Oh, it's work from the training ground. Oh, nearly went to Vinicius again. Goes all the way back to Alisson, and yeah, maybe Brazil might be favourites. I tell you what, if this Brazil plays against Croatia, the Croatia we saw earlier, they'll steamroll them. Because I wasn't impressed. Neymar skips past 1, skips past 2. Danilo now on the ball. Vinicius Jr. tries to get a ball. That might be a penalty. It is. It's a penalty. It's given on Neymar. Neymar just nips it ahead. It's Richarlison. It's platinum blonde everywhere. Richarlison. It's a penalty to Brazil. This could be 2-0 after 10 minutes. A demolishing. Look at this. It's a clear pen. Richarlison just gets there ahead. There's not a lot of contact, but Richarlison just gets there ahead of the defender, takes the ball away, and it looked like the defender touched him. And the referee gave a penalty immediately. I don't know if VAR is going to check it. We're just trying to wait and see. It looks like it's going to be Rafinha that takes it. Oh, no, it's not. It's Neymar. They were trying to play games. Rafinha looked like he was going to take it, and then he went, no, Neymar. And the crowd's gone crazy. So Neymar, upon his return, is going to take it. A spot kick from 12 yards out. It could be 2-0 after 12 minutes. Wow, wow, wow. He missed the final 2 group stage games through an injury, but now he's back. It's meant to be Neymar's World Cup. Will it be his match upon his return? It's a soft one. Certainly a soft penalty. Initially, I thought it was clearly a penalty, but when you see it back, there's not a ton of contact. But Richarlison just gets there ahead of the defender, nicks the ball away, and gets contact. Well, South Korea are in the knockout stages, but how much longer, to be honest, because if Neymar scores this, it's already game over. Neymar, 12 yards out. Referee blows the whistle. What kind of run-up is he going to do? He's taking his time. He hasn't even started running up yet. Go on, then. Neymar steps to the side. Stuttered run-up. I hate it. Oh, I tell you what. He's scored. He scored, but it's a terrible penalty. It's the worst penalty. Oh, my goodness. They're bouncing around again in a huddle. But Neymar does a stuttered run-up. And I tell you what, he wrong-foots the keeper. But if the keeper just stuck out a leg, he'd score. It's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen in my life. It's 2-0 to Brazil. But oh my, can we stop the stuttered run-up, please? Just run up, kick the ball. My goodness, 7 goals in 12 World Cup matches. But it's a shocking penalty. We're just seeing a replay. There is contact. It is a penalty. Richarlison gets there ahead of the defender. Neymar kissed the ball. Maybe that was the luck he needed, because look at this. He took an age, a stutter, and the keeper, I mean, my goodness, the keeper's on his knees. So am I, telling these players, stop the stuttered run-up. Oh. I tell you what. It's confidence you can have when you're 1-0 up to make it 2-0 after 13 minutes. But Neymar scores. The stuttered run-up. I can't stand it. But goal number 76 for Neymar. 1 behind Pele. 2-0 to Brazil. Apparently Neymar left the pitch during the replay, went into the dugout. But 14 minutes gone, Brazil 2, South Korea 0. Oh dear, oh dear. This could get very embarrassing for Korea Republic. Here's Alisson. And now I guess it's just a case of what score do you want it to be. Because my oh my, Korea have not settled at all. That's a foul. You don't give it. Militao, he was rolling around on the floor. He got right back up whenever the foul wasn't given. Just get a goal, Korea. Put yourself back in it. He literally went to the floor, screamed, and then got back up very quickly. Here comes South Korea on the attack. Kim Min-jae. Juan. Switch. Good touch by Kim there. Oh, it's a terrible pass. It's gone straight out for a throw-in. He's just overhit it. And now it's a Brazil throw-in. I don't know if they're going to show a replay of what Neymar did after his penalty. Let's see in the penalty once again. It's one of those penalties where, look, he scored, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it's with Alex Telles. Neymar went over to Alex Telles. Of course, he's ruled out of the tournament. Being a good teammate. I mean, if you're going to get anything in a knockout game against Brazil, keep it tight, get to halftime 0-0, or just, provide a bit of pressure. Frustrate them. But giving away penalty after 15 minutes, conceding after 7. Oh dear. The thing is with the stutter, Ed says, I hope FIFA changed the rules on penalties because I hate the stutter. It's like, I hate it, but it's because they say technically, the rule is you have to continually be moving. And with the stutter, you're still technically... Oh, what a save! What a shot that was. Alisson has just pulled out a world-class save. They'd have been right back in it. Look at this. 25 yards out. It's curling into the top corner. Alisson, he just stretches out with his right hand, tips it over the bar. That might be one of the saves of the tournament. Oh my goodness. Corner to South Korea. Can they get a goal back? Cuts inside. Take another shot. Over the bar. Alisson, man. What a save. He's got to be the best keeper in the world, Alisson. He is for me. Take a look at this. It's absolutely whipped. And Alisson just tips it over. An outstretched right hand goes across his body. Fantastic save. Man. Now with the stuttered penalty, again, they say they're perpetual. They have to continue the motion of moving forward, which they do. But I think it's unfair from a goalkeeping point of view because as a keeper, you're told you've got to stay on the line. Well, if they're stuttering and stopping, you start jumping forward all the time. So it's very difficult to stay on the line in that instance. And the question then can be, are they trying to get the keeper off the line so that if the keeper does save it, it can be retaken? I don't know. But it's very, very frustrating. I'm not a fan of the stuttered penalties. And what I do hope is that as we see more penalty shootouts in this World Cup, that people miss more of them. So they just stop doing them. Here's Neymar. Vinicius Jr. Neymar once again. Oh, heck of a tackle that was. Richarlison though wins the ball back. But in terms of looking at the statistics, as you would expect, Brazil dominating possession, 60%. 3 shots, 2 on target, that being the 2 goals. And a long game ahead for South Korea. It's just a case of now, what does Brazil want to do? Do they want to make a statement? Do they want to possibly get 4? I mean, the biggest scores in the last 16 have been both by, by England, actually. I mean, France and England have both scored 3 goals. So have the Netherlands as well. But England technically have the best result, 3-0. So Korea throw in. If we check the poll now, I wonder what's going on. Yeah, nearly 430 votes, 80% say Brazil. I wonder why. Kim once again at the back. I mean, I think Brazil will be happy for Korea to have the ball now. It doesn't really matter. Wang Hee-chan. Neymar. Vinicius Jr. Good tackle. No problem. Counter-attack. Oh. Here comes South Korea on the counter-attack, actually. You've got to make it count. Anything you can get now, you have to make it count. Get back into the game any way you can. Wang Hee-chan. Easily dispossessed. Oh. And who was it? Casemiro. Because that's what he does, Casemiro. He doesn't get beaten. The art of stand-up tackling by Casemiro. Juan. But a little bit of possession for Korea here. Just steps inside, reverse pass. Tries to go past. Militao doesn't do it. Goal kick. Good defending. Listen to the atmosphere. Listen to the Brazilian fans. They know. They know. They're making a statement right now. Atmosphere has always been... The South American teams always bring fantastic atmosphere. But at this World Cup, they absolutely have. Again, though, we're cool watching the Argentina game the other day. Argentina versus Australia. And the stadium was absolutely bouncing. Alisson, short goal kick. Marquinhos to Thiago Silva. Well, the first 21 minutes certainly hasn't been boring. 2 goals in quick succession. Vinicius Jr. after 7, Neymar Jr. after 13 minutes with a penalty. Neymar marking his return to the side with a penalty goal. And now, all to do. To be fair, some of these Brazilian players, Casemiro, sloppy pass, he's always got one in him. That is the one thing that lets Casemiro down. His defensive ability is quality and his forward passing is good, but he's always got a bit of a sloppy pass on him. Throw into South Korea. Kim with the throw in. Goes long up the pitch. Cho tries to chest it down. Does quite well in the end, actually. Wang Hee-chan. Little back heel. Doesn't fall to a Korean player, though. It's cleared to about 30 yards out to Chon. I mean, Son hasn't touched the ball all that much, has he? Speaking of which, he's just done a foul. Heung-min Son, of course, still wearing that mask after suffering that fractured eye socket. When was that? A month or so ago? Ah, look at that. See, Ed was talking about him, and if you say his name so many times, he's like Beetlejuice, he will appear. It's Marcel. Marcel MUFC. That's what happens if you say... He's always watching. He's always watching, lurking. Having that Marcel positivity. He was on a mad one this morning. I'd rather have Jan Sommer and Martin Dubravka as the goalkeepers at United. You're a madman. What a ball that is. Vinicius Jr. He slips, keeps it in play though. One-on-one with the Korean defender. Gives it back. Ball into the box by Danilo. Punched away from the keeper. Here's Rafinha. Tries to go past 2 defenders. Nearly goes through the middle of them. Korea just do enough. Here's Son. Goes down, wins a free kick. Absolutely correct, Steffi Jenks. Marcel snooping. And as Josh says, he's an absolute disgrace. Cheat. Marcel says, Owen, did you see that Alisson save? I saw it. Excellent save. For me, like I said, he's the best keeper in the world. I think he's the most complete keeper in the world. Would David De Gea have made that save, Marcel? Because shot stopping ability, De Gea could have made that save. Here's Chan. Nice little 1-2. How's your delivery? The delivery in the box has to be good. Chin-Soo, corner ball to South Korea. Got to make the most of it. Corner to South Korea. Also a reminder, we'll be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. once again for the Morning View, joined by Mina. Shout out to Mina for her fantastic work with the Athletic during this World Cup. Then I'll be live for the 2 remaining final games in the last 16. Son with the corner, ball whipped in, headed away by Richarlison. Of course, we have big friendlies for Manchester United coming up this week, one on Wednesday. It's a shot from Wang Hee-chan from 30 yards out. Easy for Alisson to scoop up, who rolls it out immediately to Danilo. Yes, we'll be live Wednesday, live from UVHQ for Manchester United's first friendly of their warm weather training camp in Spain against Cadiz. Full panel will be joining us. We'll then also be live for the quarterfinals of the World Cup, plus another Manchester United friendly on Saturday, Manchester United versus Real Betis. Once again from Spain, once again from UVHQ with a full panel, including none other than KG. Speaking of KG as well, keep an eye out for his channel this evening. That's all I'm saying. Well, actually, no, I can't even tease it. KG leaked the news live earlier on. He called me during the stream. Here's Neymar, though. Ball's broken to him. Vinicius Jr.'s to his left. Richarlison's to his right. Neymar's going to go alone. Why is he going alone? What a waste. Greedy. He had Vinicius, who was really, that was the ball that was on. He could have given it to him. He could have given it to Richarlison. Decided, I don't want either. Went by himself. It's a corner, though. And it's Thiago Silva. Really was a waste, that, from Neymar. Paqueta. Vinicius Jr. once again loses it. He's dispossessed. Can South Korea counter? We've only got a couple of people up front, really. Is Hwang. They do try and get people forward, South Korea. You've got to give them credit for that. But they've just given the ball away easily. Here's Rafinha, who's looked very, very dangerous so far. Neymar. Comes Neymar once again. Vinicius. Running at the defender. There's two against him. Can he go past both of them? Ball blocked. It's a corner ball to Brazil. As they're just showing replays of Neymar. The referee got in the way. He actually, to be fair, that's pretty incredible. Neymar was, the referee was in front of him, so he pirouetted away from the ref. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in my life. But it's a corner to Brazil. 26 likes away from 100, by the way. We aim for 100 before halftime, so if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club too. Militao's got his hand up in the air. Neymar standing over it. Neymar, ball into the box. Headed away. It's going to come out to, I think that's Rafinha. Vinicius. Ball put in the box. Headed away once again. Casemiro. Gives it back out to Paqueta. And Casemiro once again. Big game Miro. I can't believe we signed him in the summer. I can't. It was such a bizarre signing at the time. Going, how on earth have we signed Casemiro? Here's Paqueta. Oh, they're trying to feed him. Richarlison. Oh, my goodness me. What a goal that is from Brazil. It's absolutely outrageous. It's 3-0. That is an unbelievable team goal. Richarlison finishes it off. But that is one-touch passing. Brazil are sending an absolute message here because that takes the absolute mick. Oh, my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. They're going to dance around in the huddle again, and they should. Richarlison gets another goal in this tournament. They're walking because they know the game's over. The game, they've completed it. It's easy. And they're dancing again in the huddle. For the third time in this game, it's not even 30 minutes in, it's 3-0. Like a knife through butter, Riri says, and he's absolutely right. I want to see a replay of this because the one-touch passing, what a team goal. It's his 20th goal for Brazil, Richarlison, the third at a World Cup. And they're dancing now. They're doing even the coach is dancing. Even the coach is dancing. He's dancing in the huddle. Korea, they'd be furious. the Korea. I mean, how demoralizing. Even the coach is dancing. I don't believe it. Look at this. Richarlison, first of all, he juggles it on his head, Richarlison. That's how it starts off with. He then keeps it up. A 1-2. Paqueta. Look at that touch. What a ball. What a pass that is. Ridiculous. And the finish. It's Casemiro. Casemiro. Big game Miro. We said he's got a dodgy pass in him, but he's got a magic one. Ah, Casa. Big game Miro. When it matters, this is what I'm saying about him. When it matters, he shows up on the biggest stage possible. He scored goals for Brazil at this World Cup. He's getting assists at this World Cup. Here they come again. Here comes Richarlison. Rafinha gives out to Vinicius Jr. It could be 4 after 30. Rafinha again takes a shot. Miles over the bar. I can't believe the coach danced. I cannot believe... Casemiro. What a pass. I mean, it's a fantastic team goal. And again, Richarlison juggles the ball on his head. He does great touches, it's a great finish. But the goal was made by Casemiro. It's the pass by Big Game Miro. Wow. Where's Fleck? The Cass agenda. The Cass agenda. You look foolish, Fleck. Cass agenda was strong at one point. And he said, Fleck, I don't know what you're talking about. I may not speak English, but I speak football. I speak goals, I speak assists, I speak tackles. I speak trophies. Manchester United are going to win the World Cup. Although, I tell you what, if we were playing Brazil and it was England and I saw the coach dancing, I've just bought this TV, it'd be gone through this window. I'd be livid. Oh my God. Show. But I've got to play for pride at this point. Here's Son. Chan. Enters the box. And could they get a goal? Good save by Alisson. Second save he's made in this game. Militao. I mean, look, it's 3-0 and Brazil have absolutely dominated. But South Korea had a couple of chances. Well, Alisson's made saves. Just runs into the box. I mean, he's had a shot at the keeper. He's never going to score from that angle. Just don't wake Brazil. Don't make them angry. The concerning thing is that they were playing all right in the group stage. It wasn't even their best play. They're only getting better. Goals from Vinicius Jr., Neymar with the penalty, and Richarlison. All inside 30 minutes makes it 3-0 to Brazil. And I don't think, and call me crazy here, I'm going to go out on a limb. Don't think we're going to get extra time and penalties in this one. Neymar. I mean, might as well give up the game now. Rafinha. And Neymar, to be honest, he'll want to make up for lost time. He missed 2 games. He still wants that golden boot. He'll think, right, let's get some goals going. 16 likes away from 100, guys, by the way. As we're about 12 minutes, to go till half time. My maths is getting better with the likes and with the minutes. So if that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. Aims to get to 100 before half time. Polls in the chat again. Who will advance to the quarterfinal? 675 votes. 83% say Brazil. I wonder why. Here's Vinicius. They can't even handle him. Paqueta gives it to Rafinha. Is he going to cut inside? Cuts inside onto his left. Shifts it back to his right. Left foot again. Paqueta. Casemiro. He wants to get in on the action now. Takes a shot. Wide of goal. It's a goal kick to Korea. As Steffi Jenks says, like the stream for Owen's arithmetic prowess. Absolutely. That mental maths. That's what I tried to do. Do you remember on those mental maths tests where you'd have a practice question of just like to test you of how it works? And if you got that wrong, it'd be a concern. But it's a goal kick to South Korea. And Croatia will be watching this. They'll be exhausted after just going to penalties against Japan. And they'll be like, oh, Brazil in the quarters. Oh dear. And bear in mind, the talent that Brazil have got on their bench as well. It's not as if like, oh yeah, they've got a terrible squad. They just lost Gabriel Jesus. He wasn't really playing anyway. But they still scored 3 goals. That's what the World Cup's all about. Here's Chon. Nice little switch of play. Kept it in play. No, he didn't. It's out for a throw-in. It was unlucky. He managed to sort of juggle it on his chest and then his head. But still couldn't keep it in. Just seeing this goal again. Richarlison. And again, he managed to keep the ball in the air. Bounces on his head a couple of times. Managed to keep it. Goes past one South Korea player. It's the pass from Paqueta, but it's the pass from Oh, it's not even Casemiro. I was giving Casemiro the credit. It's Thiago Silva. Ah, forget it. Forget it. The Casa agenda's back. It was Thiago Silva. Excuse me. Big game Thiago Silva. I'm not going to give him the credit. Let's just pretend it was Casemiro. Thiago Silva. He's a defender. And he's doing that. Here comes Neymar. Vinicius Jr. Vinicius. Back post. Oh, it's 4-0. Paqueta makes it 4. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Paqueta's dancing now. They're all going to dance. What more can they do? They keep scoring goals. It's 35 minutes. This is getting embarrassing. This is like Brazil versus Germany all over again. The other way around, though, this time. They're dancing in the huddle again. Oh, my, oh, my. Is the coach going to dance this time? But it's Paqueta this time with the goal. And it's a technique. The composed finish by Paqueta. Oh, wow, wow, wow. And Korea are being absolutely destroyed. It's his 8th goal for Brazil, his first at a World Cup. And Paqueta's now dancing. They're all dancing. And they're dancing their way to the quarterfinal. Look at this. It's Neymar to Vinicius Jr. Cuts back in, chips it in. And Paqueta, I mean, that is such a good finish. Vinicius, he just chips it in. But the technique still on the volley. Side foot at bottom corner. It's not even an easy finish, by the way. It's still a volley. You still have to have the technique. He puts it through the defender's legs too, right into the corner. Keeper's got no chance. It's just too much. It's just too much. I'm like that kid. Have you seen that posh kid? It's upsetting. Oh, and the coach is dancing once again. He's screaming now. Oh, my. They're going to be more tired from dancing than playing football at this rate. I mean, really. It's like playing FIFA on amateur. It feels like every attack Brazil have had, they've scored. Here they come again. Here's Richarlison. It's a 3 against 3. Well, what is going on with South Korea? You would say at this point, get people back. Every single attack, it's 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4. Get people behind the ball. And this is why I say that if you're any kind of side and you're facing a good side, there's nothing wrong with parking the bus. There's nothing wrong with sitting back. Here's Son. Because if you try and play too open against teams like this, they'll rip you apart. Again, you would just say like to the South Korean team or the manager, why is every single attack, again, 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4? Get people back behind the ball. But Brazil have been absolutely sensational. And it terrifies me. England aren't playing like that. England played well. We haven't played like that. Whew. Well. I mean, South Korea have had 3 shots on target. Here's Son again. South Korea still having a bit of the ball. Get a goal. Come back, we'll be on. 2 likes from 100, by the way. We can get there before half-time. Easy. Nice little pass by Chon. I want a penalty for it. No, referee says no. Chon went to the ground. He sort of got sandwiched between 2 Brazil players. Referee says get back up. Stands his ground Militao. It's not a penalty. Getting desperate. 4-0 down. Get a bit desperate. Need that penalty. Get back in the game. I tell you what, that front 4 of Brazil is absolutely terrifying. Rafinha, Neymar and Vinicius, the pace, with Richarlison as well, the pace and the composure and the technique. Behind them, you've got Paqueta, who again is attacking. You've got big game Miro, who wins the ball back. His passing has just been sensational. You've even got Thiago Silva, who's done a weight of pass for Richarlison's goal, which is incredible for a centre-back. It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And Croatia, no chance. I'll say it now. No chance. Unless they do what South Korea haven't done in this game, and that is get behind the ball. I don't care if you call it a shithouse or whatever. Do what you got to do. Get behind the ball, frustrate them. Make it nasty. Because this Brazil, if they play like this, it's terrifying. Ash with the super chat. I appreciate the contribution as always. Ash says, like I said, Owen, Brazil or England to win. Wow. Based on this performance, trying to sort of trace it through. So Brazil seemingly are going to face now Croatia in the quarterfinals. They will face, if they beat Croatia, which I think they would, in the semi-finals, they'd face either the Netherlands or Argentina. Now that would be an interesting game. But I think Brazil easily defeat Argentina, to be honest with you, comfortably. I would be quite interested to see Brazil versus the Netherlands. And the reason I say that is because Louis van Gaal will park the bus, counter-attacking football, and just might have just enough to kind of stifle them. I don't think Argentina would. I think the only side that could stop Brazil getting to the final would be the Netherlands. And even that is a big ask. But based on this performance, Brazil will get into the final. The only team I think that could stop them would be the Netherlands. What say you guys? RM99 says, today has been such a disappointing match day. First Japan's incredibly poor penalties, and now this. I honestly missed the excitement of the group stages. Well, look, I thought the Japan game was actually, I thought the Japan game was pretty good, actually. Had a lot of drama. The penalties, like you said, was disappointing, but there was certainly a lot of drama in it. Pyramid says, I'm waffling. Argentina versus Brazil would be classic. I think, again, I'm not saying it'd be a bad game, but I think Brazil comfortably beat Argentina. I just haven't been impressed. I really haven't. They've got Messi, but defensively, they're shocking. I mean, if it wasn't for Lisandro Martinez, who came on as a substitute, by the way, blocking that shot against Australia, Australia would have scored one of the goals of the tournament. Ironically, it would have been Maradona Settins running the pitch. If they insist on starting Otamendi over Lisandro Martinez, that front four of Brazil will rip them apart. They really will. And I don't even know if I just... King of the Indies is saying it's a rivalry, it's a derby, it could be flipped on emotion. That's true. From what I've seen so far, I would say that I'd fancy Brazil to comfortably beat them. But anything is possible. Ball over the top from Allison. Because I thought Australia were unlucky against Argentina as well. It was a couple of mistakes. One from the goalkeeper in particular, really. Here comes South Korea once again. 4-0 down. Ball. Militao clears it. It's Richarlison. Rafinha. Of Barcelona, of course. It's a foul. He's going to be booked. If you are just tuning in, 4-0 to Brazil. First half goals from Vinicius Jr. after 7 minutes. Neymar from the penalty spot after 13. Richarlison after 29. And Lucas Paqueta after 36. King in the Indies says they lost a final to that Argentina team last season. Look, it's just a prediction. Just my opinion, as I think Brazil would comfortably beat Argentina. But as I said, anything's possible. It is a rivalry, you're right. But I don't think based on the performances so far, you could argue that Brazil are the favourites. Because they've been fantastic. It's only England that haven't lost a game, if I'm correct. ITV going well. Their picture's going out of transmission for a second then. Is Thiago Silva. Plays a 1-2 with Danilo. Neymar. Richarlison. Paqueta. This might be a goal again. Rafinha. Paqueta. He's taking it with the left foot for some reason. I thought that was going to be a goal. I tell you what as well, ITV's like commentary's messed up in my ears. That's why I'm like looking very, very pensive. But that could have been another one for Brazil. Could have been 5 before half time. 4. 5 extra minutes. Wow. Goalkeeper has the ball though. Just seeing a replay of this. Rafinha just gives a little easy pass to Paqueta. And for whatever reason, he tries to go with his left foot. He just tries to sort of flick it. Take it with your right foot, I think. But again, it's just so easy, isn't it, for Rafinha? Just one pass they're through. Speaking of which, here's Vinicius Jr. again. Ball into the box. Oh, inches away from Rafinha from making it 5. I'm surprised he's going with his feet, actually. If he throws his head at it, he scores. Why is he going with his foot? Take it with your head. Oh. If he lunges at it with his head, he puts it in the net. 5-0. There's Marquinhos. I'm not sure why they've got the 5-minute stoppage time for him, it must be said. Maybe it's from all the celebrations, I guess, right? All of the dancing. And the time for the penalty, I guess, too. When you score 4 goals, you had time added on. Here's Rafinha again. Neymar. Oof. Nearly went past the South Korean defenders with a bit of skill there. I mean, the South Korean defending, it must be said, is absolutely wild. I mean, you've got 4 attacking players there. You've got Rafinha, Neymar, Vinicius Jr. and Richarlison. And for whatever reason, South Korea are deciding it's a good idea to go man for man. Literally, every single time they go forward, it's 4 versus 4. For whatever reason, the South Korean midfielders don't get back. It's incredible. Hwang Hee-chan with the crossfield pass. Paqueta. It's Richarlison. I mean, they're through again. They're through again. It's going to go all the way. Richarlison's nowhere near it. Oh, keeper saves it. Oh. The defending, by the way, is insane. Richarlison runs the entirety of the pitch. You're expecting someone to come across, and nobody does. Nobody comes across to him. He just threw a goal. I can't believe what I'm watching. Wow. Here's Hwang Hee-chan again. I mean, if they carry on defending like this, it could be any score. Oh, a little bit of a miscommunication there. Puts it back to the edge of the box. Kim Jin-soo, ball into the box. Oh, went for the header back post. Son, he might have a shot. Tries to go past the player. Richarlison now has the ball. And there you go. Oh, no, it's not half-time yet. I thought he blew the half-time whistle. He hasn't. I jumped the gun. Look at this. This Richarlison one is insane. The centre-back just doesn't come across. He just doesn't come across. Kim Min-jae. It's Kim Min-jae. He's meant to be this quality defender. And he is a good defender. But he just didn't come across goal for whatever reason. I don't know why. Wow. Unbelievable. Here's Neymar. Nice reverse pass. And there you go. That's half-time. And I think that might be the most impressive half of football I got. I guess, eye-catcher. The thing is, the goals have been absolutely sensational, haven't they, from Brazil? You could argue that defending from South Korea has been absolutely abysmal. Certainly not fitting of a last 16 tie in the World Cup. But Brazil, look, you can only play your opponents, and they've been absolutely fantastic. Goals from Vinicius Jr., Neymar from the penalty spot, Richarlison, and Lucas Paqueta have put Brazil 4-0 up, and seemingly already, just 45 minutes into this tie, already into the quarterfinals for a tie against Croatia. And impressive stuff, absolutely impressive stuff. And there's been a lot of dancing, been a lot of including from the coach as well, and I guess it's deserved. Neymar's back, he's back on the score sheet as well. You've got assists from the like of Thiago Silva, Rafinha, and man, that's alarming. Like, it's alarming. And look, it sets up some really tasty ties for the quarterfinals, as I mentioned. I mean, not to get too ahead of yourself, but it's they're through. So seemingly now you've got quarterfinal ties that include the Netherlands versus Argentina, Croatia versus Brazil, England versus France, and then possibly, depending on how things go tomorrow, you could have another quarterfinal of Spain versus Portugal, but I think that does a bit of a disrespect to Morocco and Switzerland, to be honest. What really we haven't seen in this World Cup so far in the last 16, considering it's been the World Cup of sort of shocks and upsets, in the round of 16, we've seen none. We've seen the Netherlands dispatch the USA. We've seen Argentina defeat Australia. We've seen France defeat Poland. England defeat Senegal. Croatia just get past Japan in what was a tight game. Brazil easily dispatching of South Korea at the moment. So perhaps the real upsets come tomorrow, but certainly we haven't seen them or much of them as of yet. And again, it's just dominance. It's absolute dominance. Let's have a look at the match stats so far. South Korea have had 4 shots, 3 on target. A couple of good saves from Alisson. One in particular. One was a shot from about 25 yards out. It was going in the top corner. Alisson tipped it over the bar. But apart from that, it's been all dominance from Brazil. 10 shots, 6 on target. Of course, as I mentioned, 4 of those being goals. 58% possession. Always struggle on that in comparison to 42% for South Korea. 330 passes completed for Brazil in comparison to South Korea's 247. And again, it's just been easy. It's been really, really easy for Brazil, who I spoke about before sending a message at certain points. I spoke about it yesterday with England, that once you get into the territory of it being 3-0, 4-0, that's when it gets into, okay, forget the opponent we're playing. Let's send a message to everyone else in the tournament. Let's get some real confidence going. And that's a Brazil side that is absolutely, just flowing with confidence. Again, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself, because I think that Korea have been awful. Really awful. But especially defensively. But it's incredibly impressive from Brazil. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat. JB says, absolute destruction that half. King in the Indie saying cream rising to the top. P says, I think the Korea coach has got this game all wrong. And to be fair, I think that's part of it. I really do. I think some of the defending or some of the tactical decisions have been it blows my mind. When you've got, again, a front 4 for Brazil, that sometimes gets into a front 5 when Paqueta gets involved, but a front 4 of Rafinha, Neymar, Vinicius Jr. and Richarlison, which is pace, technique, ability to do something out of nothing. Why you would go man for man defensively with that, I do not understand. It's a real sign of approval or confidence in your back 4, but why you would go man for man with that, I don't understand. Why the midfield 4 of South Korea don't get back in and defend completely blows my mind. At one point, Richarlison, towards the end of that half, he ran from the inside of his own half towards the South Korea goal, and just nobody got across. Just literally just allowed him run a goal. It's wild. If England were to play Brazil in this tournament, it would have to be in the final. And if that was the case, back 5 seconds, mate. unless you play, Declan Rice and Jordan Henderson and Jude Bellingham, but it's get back in. Get back in, because I don't know about that. Kuda says, I put money on Korea. They need to make a comeback. I think you might lose your money. If you can cash out for maybe 1 penny, so you can get some money. Paris says, Owen, out of these players, which of them would you like to lift the trophy? Harry Kane, Virgil van Dijk, Kylian Mbappe, Messi, or Luka Modric? I mean, obviously Harry Kane. I'd want him to, because then England would win the World Cup. And it'd be the first trophy he's actually lifted. Himanshu said, would England beating France be considered an upset? We're not the favourites. We're not the favourites, certainly, right? We're not the favourites. France are world champions. I don't think people expect us to win. I don't see that we should be afraid of them. I think that parts of having, such as Kylian Mbappe running at Harry Maguire, is the stuff of nightmares. I said it earlier. I was tossing and turning in my sleep last night going, Mbappe, Maguire, no. And then I woke up and thought, it's a weird dream to be having, Owen. You really need to see someone about that. But, we're not the favourites, clearly. And we do our best not to get carried away. Well, I certainly myself am trying my best not to get carried away. It'd be very difficult not to get carried away if England beat France in the quarterfinal of a World Cup. And look, Gareth Southgate, I've seen so much contrasting stuff about him over the last 24 hours. And to be honest, his whole time he's been England manager. But there was the stat about he's won more knockout games than England had between like the 1968 and 2016 or something like that. Gareth Southgate's won more knockout games than any of those managers combined. But you go, okay. But also at the same time, you have to look at who we've played during that period. Who have we beaten in knockout stages? Colombia. We've beaten Denmark. Even when we beat Germany at the Euros last year, it's a poor Germany side. They didn't even get out of the group stage this year, and it was a poor Germany side under Joachim Löw towards the end of his tenure. Anytime Gareth Southgate's come up against a big quality opponent or a quality coach, we haven't won. But I'm more than happy to change my tune if we beat France. And I do think it's possible, because in comparison, again, to other sides in the tournament, I do think France are vulnerable because of their injuries and their defence a little bit. I know they've got Varane, etc., but they're a strong side. But again, my point is that France have failed more than they've won. They've had a strong squad for a long time now. 2016, home country of the Euros. They didn't win it. They bottled it in the final. 2018, of course, they won the World Cup. They did what everyone expected them to do. Last year at the Euros, they lost to Switzerland. Major upset. So who's to say? Who's to say that England can't beat them? I'd be stunned. I would be stunned and surprised, because in my lifetime, when it comes to England playing good sides, we haven't got that done. But who knows? It'll be very difficult not to believe if we beat France in the quarterfinals. And then possibly, again, that would set up a semi-final. You'd think maybe against Spain or Portugal. Could you imagine England against Ronaldo? If Ronaldo plays, of course. I heard some stuff today that the coach wasn't happy about Ronaldo's reaction to coming off, to being hooked off against, ironically enough, South Korea. So we'll see. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Let's do a quick like check. I haven't seen where we're at. We are, let me do some quick maths, 22 likes away from 150. We can get to 150 before the second half starts. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. You get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members-only content as well, such as the back catalogue to UV Raw. New episodes coming soon. Right, Josh, if you're watching, new episodes coming soon. A behind-the-scenes look at the day-to-day goings-on at United View. You can also go and watch one of my favourite videos that we ever did on the channel, which is the Star Wars Guess Who. Flex has caused a bit of controversy with his questions on social media today. And you can go see him try and guess certain Star Wars characters on the viewpad inside UVHQ. It's hilarious. And actually, he gets more right than you would think, which for a guy that's never seen any Star Wars film is very impressive. So there you go. 10 likes away. There you go from 150. They say, why this poll when it's so obvious? Well, I can put another poll in. You know what? Okay, I'll end this poll because we know who's going to win this one. I'll put another poll in, and this is more interesting one. Who will advance to the semi-final with a question mark? England or France? That's the question. Now, I would be interested to see your thoughts in this. Because for me, again, and I'm not a betting man. The reason I'm not a betting man is because whenever I put a bet on anything, the opposite happens. But I'm going into that game assuming that France are probably going to win. Probably. But you never know. JB says, Owen, Brazil versus Maguire. Thoughts? Terrifying. One word. That's it. Terrifying. Red Baron says, France, easy. Suhas says, Owen, do you think Kyle Walker can handle Mbappe? Does he play on the same side? And Mbappe usually plays off the left, so it will be Kyle Walker on the right. I mean, the thing is, it's not up to one player. That's the key thing too. It shouldn't be up for one player to handle him. I think the way you handle someone like Kylian Mbappe is, yes, you have your fullback, but you also have support from either a midfielder or your winger coming back and doubling up. You have to do the dirty work to get results in that kind of game. And it's going to be upon England to do so. And again, Gareth Southgate is going to have to drill into his team to be composed and to take their chances and be ruthless when we get them, because we're not seemingly, you'd think, going to get as many chances as we had in certain other games. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't. Again, because I can't even think of what my reaction would be if we were to beat France. I'm not even sure I could process that at the moment because I'm not used to it. You should have seen me last year during the Euros. During the Euro, I couldn't. I mean, when we beat Germany, and again, it was a poor Germany side and not the best Germany side, but I was nearly in tears because I thought, oh my God. I was looking forward through the tournament and I was looking at the teams we could possibly play and I was thinking, we're going to win it. Well, I was like, we're going to win the Euros. And that whole thought process of England winning a tournament, I was looking at my dad, and the whole time he's been alive, he's never seen England get to a final, let alone win anything. I was, during my lifetime, it was emotional. And then it didn't happen. And then we bottled it in the final. And I just thought, England. That's the feeling I remember. That's the gut punch I'm used to. That's the misery. So I don't know. I swore I'd never get hurt again. And here I am. Here I am. Maybe starting to believe. I'm not sure. Look, if we beat France, I'll believe. There's no doubt about it. The chat already. The polls there. Nearly 60 votes. 73% saying France. 74 now. What do England have to do then? Let me know in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. Let's get some opinions going. What do England have to do to beat France? And let's not be pedantic here and say score more goals or win on penalties. Is it really England versus Mbappe, do you think? Are you not worried about Dembele? Are you not worried about Olivier Giroud? I think one of the most underrated strikers in the last 10 or 15 years. Everywhere he goes, he scores. Everywhere he goes, he wins trophies. Quality player, proper target man that is good with his feet, good in the air, can do a bit of everything. He's scoring goals. He's the record top goal scorer for France. Are you not worried about Tchouaméni? Are you not worried about all of the other players? Griezmann? I mean, Chris Day says pray. That's what England have to do to get a result. Red Baron says, hope France have an off day. Lucas Chan says, really play in their face, be physical would probably be the best. I mean, do England switch to a back five? I mean, and again, this is when I get into, about styles of play. I don't care if England play ugly, play defensive, pragmatic, counter-attack, shithouse football, but they win. Do whatever it takes. It's the World Cup, it's the quarterfinal. Do whatever it takes to win. We don't care about attacking play at this point. We don't care about, pragmatism, if that's a word. We don't care about that. You care about results. And you get the best system to win. Now, it's important also that England learn from their mistakes, because let's say we went 1-0 up after 5 minutes, which we have done against the likes of, Croatia or Italy, or go 1-0 up early. Don't back off too much. Don't back off too much, but just get it right. And let's hope that Southgate and his team have learned from those lessons. But the players are coming back out onto the pitch. John Jane says back 11. Himanshu says keep the ball in midfield, and Rashford is key for an England win. Probably long balls and catch them. So I think there's a lot of agreement that England can't play as they did against, say, Senegal or other teams rather, because they'll get absolutely destroyed. But the second half is underway. Here comes Neymar. One thing's for sure, this game will not be going to extra time and penalties. Oh, Rafinha's through again. He's going to score. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. Not good save, it gets deflected. Rafinha was through again after 25 seconds. Unbelievable. 2 likes away, by the way, from 150. It still counts if we're in the 45th minute. It still counts. So click that like button if you haven't. So there's been 2 changes by South Korea. The left back and the central midfielder has come off. But I mean, if you're Korea, just don't concede. Don't give up. You know, you're still playing for national pride. First half was embarrassing, but if you keep the second half 0-0, you come out of it with some pride. Oh, he's through on goal. He's through on goal. It's goal. Oh, what a miss. As the keeper made a save, Alisson. What a save from Son. Son was through on goal. It's a one-on-one, and somehow Alisson saved it. What a save. Alisson, I mean, he's made some big saves in this match. Son, he just outmuscles the defender. Marquinhos. Oh my goodness, what a save that is. Somehow hits his sort of left arm or shoulder. Fantastic save by Alisson. That's what I'm saying. He might be the best goalkeeper in the world. Because we're talking about how dominant Brazil have been, but Alisson's tipped one out of the top corner. He saved a one-on-one. I've scored 4, but it could be 4-2. Corner. Son stands over it. Ball in. Headed away by Richarlison. Ball back in. Oh, nearly 2 Son. But it's gone out for a goal kick. Red Baron with the super chat says, I'm a believer that you play to your strengths. England's strengths are attack right now. I don't think hiding in their shell will yield results. So, basically, Red Baron say the best way is to fight fire with fire. Or the best way to defense. The best form of defense is attack. That's what I'm looking for. Appreciate the contribution as always, Red Baron. It's Marquinhos, who got out-muscled there by Heung-min Son. But there's no change to the system from the South Korea coach, so you would think Brazil are going to continue to get a lot of these opportunities they were already getting. Here's Casemiro. Flicks out to Rafinha. Short pass, goes out for a throw-in. Neil from New Zealand says, pretty much wrapped up this one. Show heart, Korea. That's the point, isn't it? That would be maybe the message. You know, don't give up. I mean, the game's over, but play for some professional and national pride. You want to come out of this second half and say, well, they gave it a good go. They didn't give up. They could be against the possible world champions. Here's Rafinha. Paqueta. Casemiro. Danilo. Vinicius Jr. They've got so much pace, don't they, Brazil? It's a poor pass, though, by Vinicius Jr. Oof, you got to be careful. Riri says, Son is still fighting, the only Spurs player I like. And Red Baron says, when England went against Italy and played conservative, we all know how that went. Well, the problem is against Italy, wasn't it, is that we went conservative after we went 1-0 up. And the problem is we went 1-0 up so early in the game. Here's Hwang Hee-chan. Good touch. Casemiro, ball over the top. He's going to be through. Rafinha. Tried to put it across. It might hit him, actually, go out for a goal kick. There he is again, the Emperor. Infantino, unlimited power. Shh, shh. They've got to show him wants a match. I see Rafinha tried to put the ball back in, actually hit him on the way out. Here's Chan. Looks like Chan switched sides. Played on the left in the first half, now he's on the right. Still playing in front too, South Korea. Obviously, as you would expect still. Great atmosphere inside the stadium, especially when you're 4-0 up. And the majority of the fans there do appear to be Brazilian. Here's Chan, reverse pass. Son tries to chase it down. And it's cleared by Militao. But how long did it take in the first half for Brazil to score? 7 minutes. So we're entering the 52nd minute. So Korea have done better than they had in the first half, which is a positive for them. Nice switch from South Korea. Great touch. Good forward pass. That's a nice ball. And Militao just sees it out. Good defending. Look at the Brazilian delegation. Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Ronaldo. Whoa. Heck of a team that is there. Oh my goodness. Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, and R9. Oh my, oh my. Can they play now? There's some players, aren't they? Really are. Cafu, Roberto Carlos on both sides. Outrageous. Rivaldo, Ronaldo. They were all in the 2002 World Cup winning squad for Brazil. The last time they won the World Cup, 20 years ago. Palpatino, that's tremendous. I like that, King of the Indies. Well done. What do they say after they lift the World Cup? Rise. Crossfield pass goes out for a Brazil throw-in. Here's Paqueta. Thiago Silva. Neymar. Neymar once again. Danilo to Vinicius Jr. Neymar continues to go forward. Vinicius. Just kind of feel like, doesn't it, just the game, both teams have acknowledged that it's over. Rafinha. Ball whipped in. Headed away. Casemiro just shepherds the ball back to Thiago Silva. Speaking of which, here is Casemiro. I mean, basically it just depends on what do Brazil want to do. Do they want to get... Here's Rafinha. Cuts back inside. Rafinha dances. Oh, it's good save. Really good save from the goalkeeper. Twist inside out Rafinha. Side foots it, and it's a good save from the South Korean keeper. Gets a hand to it. It was just nestling in the bottom corner. But it's great play from Rafinha. Goes one way, goes the other. Just shifts it onto his left foot. Shifts it back onto his left foot. Just side foots it. And it's a good save from the South Korean keeper. Could have been 5. Ball over the top. And Korea look like they're going to deal with this. There's Rafinha once again. Getting a lot of the ball, isn't he? And he's so tricky. And to be honest, I did see stuff saying that he might have not have settled particularly well at Barcelona. I mean, I don't watch Barcelona every single week, so I can't say how accurate that is. But you can let me know in the live chat. Is that accurate? Is it not accurate? Here comes Casemiro. Neymar. Went for a flick. Completely flopped it. Barely touched the ball. Doesn't matter though. 4-0 up and he's already scored a penalty. And bear in mind, it's not like they've got a bad squad. If they look to the bench, they can bring on Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony, Rodrigo, Martinelli. It's crazy. Fabinho, Fred. Bring on Fred, goal scorer. Vinicius. Neymar. Plenty of room to the outside if he wanted it. Gets a foul though, and I'm sure he'll take it. Like I said, I think he wants to make up for lost time. He missed 2 games. He's going to be thinking, right. I've seen Mbappe. He's seen the others. Climbing that World Cup golden boot list. He's like, I want to be there. Tritzapani, I hope I'm saying that correctly, says, Owen, who's your England MVP? Did he just take something off Neymar's nose? England MVP. I mean, you could say Jude Bellingham with how he's playing at the moment. I think, look, Harry Kane, if he doesn't play, was significantly weaker. It's factually, it is true. Callum Wilson is not Harry Kane. Probably one of those two, to be honest. Jude, though, is absolutely outrageous at the moment. He's the truth. Jude Bellingham is the truth. Neymar stands over the free kick. It doesn't take it, though. It's Rafinha, and it goes over the bar. I don't think he'll take the next one. It got deflected. It's a corner ball. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. 39 likes away from 200. We can get to 200 before full time. That's the aim. Because we're going to only have 90 minutes in this one. Neymar riling up the crowd, getting the Brazilians to chant. Short corner from Brazil. I think every corner's been short. Ball in from Danilo. Got a bit of a deflection. Can South Korea counter? Son. He just gets surrounded by yellow shirts and a foul's given. It was lucky because it was quite a soft foul. Look at this. I mean, it's not a foul. And Richarlison, I think Richarlison gets the ball. But still 4-0 up. They're still desperate to get the ball back, Brazil. I mean, they're not going hell for leather like they were in the first half, but they don't need to. And that's to be expected. When you're 4-0 up at half-time, the game can kind of just fizzle out to your desire. Ball into the box from South Korea. It will travel all the way to the back for another attempt to get the ball in there. Not sure how many bodies are actually in the box. But to be fair, you know, South Korea, they've made a couple of chances. Alisson has been worked. He's made 2 proper saves in this match. So I guess if you're an opponent of Brazil, that's a good one too. Just dealt with quite nicely by Paqueta. But that might be something that opponents can look at here. That's a sloppy pass. Is that Alisson still had to make a couple of saves in this one. So it's not as if they're completely impenetrable. But the attacking threat is very significant from the South Americans. Ball across. Kim Hoon-Wan. Son. Where's he going? Tries a reverse pass. It's cut out by Thiago Silva. Emma Kay says, I honestly think Bellingham will flop in some people's eyes as they have insanely high expectations for him and he's only 19 years old now. Obviously, you have to be careful of hyping them up, but at the same time, I think he's just... I can't recall many English midfielders like him at his age. It's crazy. I mean, he dominated that game yesterday and he is just a proper talent. And he's not even anywhere near his peak, I don't think, as well. That's the scary thing. But you're right. I mean, obviously, you know, you don't want to get to the point where one bad pass, and you're like, Jude Bellingham's terrible. What's going on? You need to be careful with that. But he is the truth. Paqueta. Here's Casemiro. Big game Miro. Danilo. And Neymar. You can't give him too much space to turn. And it's lucky the 1-2 of Vinicius doesn't really work out. And that's a foul to South Korea. 30 minutes left. 60 minutes gone. Brazil 4. South Korea 0. Second half is what you would expect. Not too much going on because the game was done, dusted. To be honest, after 13 minutes. The moment Neymar made it 2-0, game was over. The rest was just the icing on the top of the cake, plus a cherry, and now plus any kind of hundreds and thousands you wish to put on top of it. But it's a South Korea throw-in. Richarlison. Riri says, Bellingham is a young talent that will have an amazing career. Fans just need to keep their fickleness to themselves. And King of the Indie says, the frightening thing about Jude is how complete he is. That's the scary thing. Oh, he's through on goal. It's Rafinha. Good save from the keeper once again, South Korea. Rafinha being kept out by the South Korean keeper. Rafinha's yet to score in this match. And 2 saves now from the South Korean goalkeeper, Kim. But it's just so easy. I mean, again, it's impressive play from Brazil in the fact that Rafinha can lose 2 defenders by just a simple flick, but it's crazy. Dani Alves is coming on. Wow. But Militao seems to be coming off. And 39-year-old Dani Alves coming on at the World Cup in 2022. As King of the Indie says, don't forget, myself and Mina will be live 9 a.m. tomorrow for the morning view. Then, of course, I'll be live for the final 2 remaining last 16 games at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Morocco versus Spain. Kickoffs at 3 p.m. So I'll be live at 2:45. And then Portugal versus Switzerland. Once again, I'll be live at 6:45 for the last game of the last 16. And, of course, on Wednesday, we'll be live in UVHQ for Manchester United's friendly against Cadiz. Here's Song Hyung-min. Richarlison. He's going to get it back across goal. No. And it's a free kick to South Korea. Chris Day says, are you doing all the knockout games now? My very best, yes. The only one which might be difficult is the game on Saturday afternoon, because we have the Manchester United friendly, which is at 5 p.m. kickoff, and then we have the England game, which is 7 p.m. kickoff. But the game before that, which could be Spain versus Portugal, is a 3 p.m. kickoff, and that might just overlap a little. We're trying to figure that one out, but doing our very best. But if we can figure it out, we will try our best, certainly. Watch this space. 35 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Aim for 200 before 90 minutes. I know the game's a bit dry. Foul on Thiago Silva. South Korea making a sub. Hwang comes off. Bows to the crowd. And Pak Sing-ho comes on. One of the players from the K-League, according to commentary. John Champion. But Brazil just passing it around the back 4. Very easy for them. Did Roy Keane and Graham Souness say anything crazy at halftime? I just saw a tweet from Flex. Brazil are through on goal. Cuts it back. Richarlison misses the ball. Flag's gone up for offside. But yeah, I didn't see. I didn't hear if Graham Souness or Roy Keane said anything at halftime. Probably about the dancing, I would have thought. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I just had to think, what would they be upset about? The dancing. Of course. Yeah. Roy Keane was upset with Senegal's support yesterday, saying that it was annoying. So it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, should it? I mean, I saw this is what's really odd is that so when the Netherlands qualified obviously for the quarterfinal, and there was the videos of them dancing, coming back to their base camp, and there was the video of Louis van Gaal with his phone, giving it all that, and it was great, and everyone said, "Oh, isn't that great?" So clearly they're doing that for every team that qualifies, and they're dancing around or whatever. So the England video of it came out the other day as the ball comes into the box by Hwang Hee-chan, cleared. And I saw criticism for England. I saw criticism of, what are they doing? What are they doing celebrating for? They haven't won the World Cup. Come on. Why does everything have to be such celebration police? You've just won a game at the World Cup in the knockout stage 3-0. You're allowed to celebrate the win. You're allowed to celebrate the win. For Brazil, they've scored goals. You're allowed to celebrate the goals. Don't try and take the emotion and passion out of football. Not everyone's robots. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for some of those players. They might never play in a World Cup again, some of them. Make the most of it. Unbelievable. It's the same criticism of, like, they'll lose a match and then they'll be spotted on social media, like, being out at a family birthday. They'll be like, how dare they have a life after losing a game of football? Oh, my God. Not allowed to go outside, apparently. What do they want when you score? To shake hands and go back to the centre circle again. Here's young ball put into the box. Oof. Cho. Oh, it's a good save by Alisson. It might be a goal. Son. Oh, another. I tell you what. If Alisson wasn't in goal, now flag's gone up. That's 3 saves. That's 3 saves this evening from Alisson. It's 4-0. But he's made 3 world-class saves this evening. In another reality, it could be 4-3. Who are they saying is offside? Oh, because it hits the South Korean player. I get it. But, wow, another fantastic save from Alisson. Look at that. Bang, right hand. It hits the South Korean player on the ground. It makes me laugh with the whole celebration thing. It really does. Because it's the same people that when the Netherlands are doing it, they're like hilarious. Oh, Louis van Gaal, what character? Jack Grealish, how dare he? Not allowed to. It's all part of the experience. And they'd be doing the same. Make no mistake. If some of those critics, if they were England players or they were football players, for a fact, they'd be doing the exact same thing. It's a free kick, though, to Brazil as we head into the 70th minute. Casemiro limping. Be careful, big game Cass. Big game Miro. What a player. What a player we have on our hands. What a winner. What a machine. And frankly, as long as you win, you can do anything you want. You know, obviously, to a reason. But if you win, you can dance. If you're losing and you're dancing, might have a bit of an issue with it. Then I would be annoyed. If you're out of the World Cup and they're there with their phones going like that. I'd be like, wait. You lost. You're out. Wait a minute. Remove the confetti. I think there's been something lost in translation here. We lost. But Brazil with a free kick. 20 minutes to go. 32 likes away from 200. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Looks like Martinelli might be coming on. Every time I hear Martinelli, I can hear Josh doing that song he does. You should see it. You should see the treat that is watching Josh watch an Arsenal game. And the songs. You thought KG was crazy. Ball into the box from South Korea. Nobody in there, goes up for a throw-in. What's your prediction for France, England? I don't know. Again, I do think that I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to jinx it. A couple of substitutions. Martinelli's going to come on. And Bremer is going to come on. Plays for Juventus. Danilo and Vinicius Jr. is coming off. King the Andy says, Owen, when's the skit for those who weren't at the previous stream? Well, I don't know, but I believe it is this evening. If you know, you know. But what I will say is, at some point this evening, check out KG's stream or check out KG socials or my socials, because the latest installment is coming out, and I laughed a lot during that one. The edit that KG would have to do on that, and must have had to do, I don't know, because that was. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's wild. Absolutely wild. Is South Korea on the attack? Still 4-0. All 4 goals coming in the first half from 4 separate players. Here is Martinelli. I wonder if Arsenal fans are nervous, considering that, you know, Gabriel Jesus got injured. What happens if Martinelli gets hurt or Saka gets hurt? Danica says, I want Anthony to be subbed on. I know. Well, he's been dealing with illness, hasn't he, throughout the entirety of this World Cup. And I did see something saying that he said that the air conditioning was making him ill in the stadiums. Because, of course, all of the stadiums to deal with the heat have got sort of state-of-the-art air conditioning. He was saying it was making him ill. Marquinhos gives the ball away. Gets a second attempt at it. Clears it. Second half definitely hasn't been a classic. So free kick to South Korea. Fouled by Richarlison. Another substitution by South Korea. Steffi Jake says air conditioning is awful for how. Is that the case? Because, I mean, to be fair, I see what you mean. Because, you know, sometimes if you work in like an office block in the summer and they've got it on, and then you come out of it and you feel terrible. I guess, is it just because it's like recycled air? I might be making that up. Here comes South Korea again. Peck. Son. Going to try and work the ball into the box. It's going to be a South Korea throw-in. But in comparison to the first half, of course, what was that? That's a good pass in the end. Peck manages to find his way through. Son. And passes it, and it goes out for a throw-in. And again, it just goes to show, I think, look, there's been a lot of substitutions in the second half. The game was over after 17 minutes. Both teams know it. I think Brazil are trying to conserve their energy. That's a foul throw, but referees don't care about them. And certainly, this kind of game, this kind of result, certainly that first half performance, that's confirms why Brazil are one of, if not the favourites for the tournament. Steffi Jenks says, yeah, it's the difference between indoor and outdoor air temperature and humidity. Awful sudden change for the body to handle. And Emma says, I do think the sudden temperature changes all the time also makes them sick. Well, there you go. You learned something tonight. Medical view. Do consult a doctor, though, because I'm not an expert. I never go to the doctor, which I'd never recommend as well. It's terrible. Look after yourself. I'll stop with medical advice now. Libelous. Free kick to South Korea. Ball whipped into the box. Headed away. It's a volley. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from South Korea. He's volleyed it in. Absolutely brilliant. Wow. And Brazil have conceded. Alisson can do everything he wants, but he can't keep that one out. Alisson's made 3 world-class saves during this game so far, but he couldn't keep that out. That's a special, special goal. Wow. Comebacks on. Extra time. Come on. It's a free kick. They might don't if they flag stuff off, like they can't. It's headed away. And look at that. Headed away by I think it's Thiago's. Oh no, it's Casemiro, and he just absolutely smashes it. Look at that. Takes the deflection, I think, of Casemiro actually. But it's Pak Seung-ho with an absolutely brilliant goal. And something to celebrate. Oh, don't. VAR checking for offside. But there we go. They kick off. Goal stands. Good. What a goal that was from South Korea. Brilliant. I tell you what, if they get a second one, people are looking. They won't. We could have more subs, I think, from Brazil. They've still got 2 they can make. I'm probably going to take Thiago Silva off, maybe Neymar. But a nice little consolation prize for South Korea there. Is Casemiro. But 4-1. Who'd have seen that coming? There you go. Only 21 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. We've got about 12 minutes remaining. So if you haven't already, click that like button. We can get to 200 before full time. We'll hit our targets. And to be fair, you could argue it's probably deserved for South Korea in this second half because, to be fair, South Korea goalkeepers made a couple of saves. Brazil dropped off because they don't need to. They don't need to do anything. They've won the game. But Korea have played a bit better. Steffi Jenks says, I need a recommendation for Christmas movies. Just watch Spirited. The live chat can assist you. I've seen already Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not scary. It's a stop motion feature. It's Tim Burton. There's that's a good ball into the box by Kim Min-jae. Oh, Cho! It's another save by Alisson. Honestly, on another day, offside again. How many offsides has South Korea had in this game? That's the 5th offside of the game for South Korea. Elf. Miracle on 34th Street. Cho comes off. Hwang Wee-jo comes on. Brazil looking like they're going to make a couple more. Rodriguez coming on. And the goalkeeper's coming off. Alisson's coming off. And the one player who hasn't appeared so far in the World Cup, Weatherton, is coming on. The third choice goalkeeper is going to have some minutes at a World Cup. He's going to have 10 minutes. Nice little touch by the coach. Now, the question is, The question is, if South Korea came back now and Weatherton was in goal, imagine. There's Miracle on 34th Street, Steffi Jenks. I believe that's what it's called. It's a very old movie. It's like 1930s. It's black and white. Here comes Martinelli. South Korea comes out to punch. Throw in there to be taken by Bremer. Oof. Richarlison, oof. Puts a tackle in. Oh, well done, South Korea keeper. He got given such a hospital pass back. He took a touch where he really shouldn't have. And he manages to sort of go past the Brazilian player. Oh. But less than 10 minutes remained in this one. As South Korea have made a good account of themselves. The Grinch as well. Yeah, that's right. It's a Wonderful Life. Is that a Christmas film? Or is that just a film? That might be a high foot. No. Is it a Christmas film? I don't know. It is, yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. But it's looking like it's going to be Brazil versus Croatia, of course, in the quarterfinals. Croatia through after defeating Japan on penalties. South Korea still in possession of the ball. Hwang Hee-chan. Back across goal. Oof. Just goes out for a Brazil goal kick. Just seeing the goal here for Sengo. It's a brilliant goal. Look at that. Proper volley. Gets a bit of a deflection, must be said. Just seeing Neymar's strapping being cut off his foot. Goes to show that he's still having some assistance, some medical attention on it. Here's Martinelli. Casemiro once again to Martinelli. Casemiro. 6 minutes remain. 15 likes away from 200. If you haven't already, click that like button. A reminder, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. as always for the morning view. Mina and myself to discuss the latest Manchester United news and going-ons. Still a little bit of transfer news, a little bit of contract news, takeover news. So we'll be live then tomorrow morning to discuss all of that fun stuff. And then, of course, I'll be live for the two remaining last 16 knockout games at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Got those big games, of course, Morocco versus Spain, Portugal versus Switzerland. We'll be live with both of them. Then Wednesday we'll be live for the friendly versus Manchester United versus Cadiz. It's actually a break from World Cup games that day. What are we going to do with ourselves? Then, of course, we'll be live Saturday for the next friendly for Manchester United versus Real Betis, as well as England versus France from UVHQ. Oh, it's a bad pass. He's giving it away. Rodrigo. Oh. Keeper nearly put himself in trouble there. Corner played short by Brazil. Pass out to Dani Alves. Ball into the box. Headed back to the South Korea keeper. And Alicia says, thank you for doing these live streams, Owen. They're greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching. You don't have to thank me. Thank you for tuning in. Getting the UV community together, watching some World Cup matches, enjoying it. Providing some additional commentary for those who cannot watch the game live for whatever reason. Just doing my bit. The best way to thank is click that like button so we can get more people to watch United View and join the community. All Brazilian players, though, behind the ball, seemingly here. As again, the match was very much over after 17 minutes. Switch of play. It's a great ball, actually. Ball put into the box. Oh, that was nasty on the Brazil play. Looks to be okay, though. It was Hwang Hee-chan went for the header. It was a great switch. Oof. It was a heck of a collision. Well, I think Korea have done themselves, they've done themselves proud in the second half. Brazil didn't score. Korea get a goal. And the keeper did make a couple of good saves. It's not as if Brazil completely took their foot off the gas, but they took it off quite a lot. They've made a lot of subs. Speaking of which, they might score now, Brazil. Here we go. Give and go by Dani Alves, by Rafinha. Ball into the box. Of course, Rafinha still hasn't got his goal. I think that's why he's still on the pitch. He wants to get his goal. Here's Rafinha. Ball put into the box. Oof. Headed away. It was going towards Rodrigo, actually. Martinelli tries to skip past the defender. Chips the ball back into the box. Back post. Dani Alves. Oh, he went for a scissor kick. Could you imagine 39-year-old Dani Alves scoring a scissor kick? It would have been unbelievable. 4 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. 2 minutes left remaining of the 90 plus stoppage time. So if you haven't, click that like button. You could be the 200th like. And we'd have hit our target for this evening in both games. Ah, what an evening it would have been. What a day it would have been. And another one tomorrow. We keep going over and over and over and over again. Rafinha stands over the corner. Ball whipped in. Oof. South Korea keeper came out to punch it and he missed. Oof. Did they give a corner? It looked like it might have been. It wasn't a corner. It wasn't given. South Korea trying to play it out from the back, I see. Ball over the top. Switch. Hwang Hee-chan. Good take on the run, but skies it over the bar. Hwang Hee-chan's actually been all right in the second half. He's not the most dangerous player, I think, for South Korea. Even more dangerous than Son. Just off balance and over the bar. Big up Tabaslow in the chat as well. Steffi Jenks says I smashed it for Owen's facial hair. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. It's about 6 months growth on this face. To be fair, I need to get rid of it. It looks disturbing. It's not a good look. It's laziness. Here comes South Korea on the attack again. Oh, that's a foul. Looking at Casemiro doing a sliding tackle. I'm not sure why they're showing that replay. I am indeed doing watch-alongs for tomorrow for both games. Here's Son. Two and a half minutes remain in this one. Here's Wang Hee-Chang once again. And again, a very lackluster second half, as we would expect, with the game being over from the 17th minute. We did hit over 200 likes, guys, so appreciate that. Appreciate all the support this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me, keeping me company, as always. And here's Richarlison. Richarlison playing the full 90, along with Rafinha and Casemiro, Paqueta. Surprised Thiago Silva's played the entire game. That first half was tremendous. I mean, second half's been pretty dull, but that's because the game, like I said, has been done. Richarlison. Oh, look at the feet. Here's Danny Alves. Is he going to take a shot? No, Danny. You can't. You can't. Dancing was fun first half as well. We had a good dance, didn't we, folks? That was nice. Dancing their way to the quarterfinals, seemingly, Brazil. Oof. But yeah, you can't disguise that Brazil in the first half were absolutely sensational. Absolutely brilliant. And Croatia, who they're going to be playing in the quarterfinals, are going to be rather nervous. Rather nervous, I think. We've got a Brazilian player down there holding his face. But 20 seconds remain of this one. South Korean goalkeeper puts his foot through it. Martinelli goes for a through ball. He gets fouled in the end. The referee's given a free kick. Most certainly will be the... And there you go. That's it. Game over. Brazil are through to the quarterfinals. A 4-1 victory over South Korea. And they'll be facing Croatia in the quarterfinals. So nearly the entirety of the quarterfinal fields are set. We have the Netherlands facing Argentina. Croatia, indeed, will face Brazil. England, of course, will face France. And next, tomorrow, we'll have the final two games of the last 16. Morocco versus Spain. Portugal versus Switzerland to determine who's going to be facing off again in that quarterfinals. In the fourth and final quarterfinal. But again, impressive stuff by Brazil, who many considered the favourites before the match, though certainly will now with that impressive first half performance. Absolutely. A reminder, guys, we'll be live once again tomorrow, 9 a.m. for the morning view, Mina and myself, so be sure to join us. And then tomorrow, I will be live for those two final last 16 fixtures, Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland. And Wednesday, we'll be live for the Manchester United friendly as well. Plenty of exciting UV content on the way. Manchester United, of course, later this month, do resume their Premier League campaign, so the club football is coming back soon. But in the meantime, you can join us when it comes to all of this World Cup coverage and Manchester United transfer news, takeover news, rumours, discussion, you name it. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you have a good Monday evening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Peace.